In today's free MaddenSchool.com tip, we're going to be going over a way to stop or at least slow down halfback counters in Madden 25 from the shotgun formation. Slim77 suggested this on yesterday's YouTube video. He's saying that no matter really what he does, he's not finding any way to stop it. And I personally hadn't even noticed this because I generally just user control a safety and come up and make the play myself. But when I started labbing it, I realized he has a point. This plays, any sort of halfback counter from shotgun formations are deadly this year. And so I started labbing and trying to figure out a way to contain it. And really the only thing that I've been able to find so far, outside of something where you have to user control a guy and come up and make the tackle yourself, is from the 5-2 formation. It's not every team has the personnel for a 5-2. Some teams do, some teams don't. You probably should. This is on a team-by-team basis. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to call a 5-2 normal, and we're going to call a play pinch. I'm going to first run it against a standard, let's call gun ace twins. I think there's a counter in this formation, halfback counter. And I'll run it one time through by default, just so you can see how effective it is. Even against the 5-2, which we call to stop this play, it's incredibly effective unless we make at least a couple adjustments. So I'll run it through one time here, and we should get 5, 10, 15 yards. And you can see it turned into a touchdown. It's crazy effective. Now, in this particular formation, I'm going to go to the instant replay. The reason we call a 5-2 is because we have 5 defensive linemen against 5 offensive linemen. So one of our guys should come free when the offensive guard pulls. And that's what happens here. And so if we run it through here, you can see that our defensive tackle there comes free. And if we were to switch onto him right there and dive, we'd have the halfback for a 3 or 4 yard loss. The problem is the CPU who's user controlling him plays stupid. Your whole team's running the wrong way because it's a counter. And so the whole side's sealed off, and there's nothing you can do at this point. So you have to get it in the backfield here. You have to switch onto this defensive tackle and make the play yourself. Not all the time that will happen. That will only happen some of the time. But if you don't do it, you're looking at a huge gain. So the way I like to set this play up to make it a little bit more effective and a little easier to make that tackle, and a way to stop other halfback counters, counters going to the other side or counters out of different formations, is just to re-blitz this linebacker here who's blitzing in the first place. I also like to spread the line, but that's 100% optional. Now what you should notice again is this guy coming through, and we won't know it up until he comes through which guy's going to come through. If it's countered to the right, this guy will generally come through right here. But we don't know which way they're going necessarily, so we'll want to wait and see. So I'll go ahead and control the safety, and then when I see our guy break through, I'll user switch to him, and then dive to make the tackle. You can see if we do that correctly, it's a 4 or 5 yard loss. Very easy to do. It does take a little bit of practice to get that dive down right, because you kind of have to dive at an angle. But if you do it a couple times, it's a piece of cake. Now the other thing I want to do is go over a counter to the other side out of a different formation. So we'll go ahead and call a different formation. We'll call halfback counter. This time we're going to the left, and we'll call the same play on defense. So again, we're going to spread our line and re-blitz this linebacker here. I like to user control a safety so I can come up and make plays myself, but that's, it's up to you. You don't want to give up a huge gain if they play action or something like that. So it's kind of based on how experienced you are. This time, what may happen is we may have 2 guys on the edge against 1 blocker, and we still should get the halfback for only a couple yards. We may also get a guy in the backfield, but it just varies on a case-by-case basis. You can see there how our linebacker occupied the pulling guard, and it left our defensive end just free to make the tackle. If we weren't to re-blitz that linebacker, if we were to run the pinch play as it is normally, he'll take a different angle more towards the middle of the field. The guard will ignore him, and then he'll take our end there, and then it turns into a huge gain. So that's the reason why we re-blitz that guy, because we're going to force the guard to take him, and then we'll have our defensive end waiting on it. So if you're enjoying our tips, make sure to like and subscribe. Tell us what you want to see more tips of in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.